Hello everyone and welcome to my fashion tech channel. I'm Daria and this is my second video about digital fashion. Today I tell you how this industry created, what challenges it faces. I tell you the current trends and the future. And also I want to share with you my favorite digital designers. First, let's remember how to make real clothes. Like super fast. The process of making clothes started from the designer. Designer prepared a sketch using his or her imagination and creativity and some maybe trends around. He prepared a sketch and the technical drawing where designer shows the most important part of clothes. Then the sketch comes to pattern maker. So pattern maker is a professional who try to deconstruct the sketch to each the parts of the fabric and try to understand how combine these parts together. And then the patterns come to seamstress. The goal of seamstress, as we know, is to combine patterns together with real fabric and sew them according to technical instruction from pattern maker. And then we got the first result, we got the sample. Now it's time to fit it. On the fitting, we have to check if it's look right, any problems with fabric and everything like that. Why is it super hard to build clothes? One of the reasons is because it's super hard by the patterns we have understand how it will look like. Because so we have some pieces on the fabric or just on the paper, and for me it's super hard, for example, to imagine how combine all this piece of paper and then how it fits in real body. You can ask me, Daria, why we cannot simulate it on computer? And you will be right, because in 2011 guys from South Korea created Claude 3D. Claude 3D is a software that helps designers and pattern makers to simulate their ideas on the computer and to understand how it will look like on humans, on avatars. On the picture you can see how it looks like. On one part we have a patterns, mostly just shapes, right? It could be rectangle, triangle, oval, whatever we want to. Super easy to make. Also we can choose fabric, type of the fabric, color and everything we need to. Then we have to tell program which part we need to sewing. And then on another side we can see the simulation. So in one click we can simulate our jacket or shirt or whatever on avatars. And super cool that we can set parameters for the avatar. So the one option we can just, set our different parameters of our body. And the second option we can create a 3D scan of our body and then use it in this software. And in Claude 3D we can not only construct clothes and simulate it, but also we can add some lights and background and surface and make real but virtual photo shoot. It's super cool. For example, like this. Thanks for Claude 3D and game industry, let's be honest here. That's how this new industry began, and not only in fashion but also in art. The good question now, how to make a product from it, right? How to make maybe business, how to show this case to the world, to people. The first case was like this. You can upload your photo to the website, you can choose a digital look you like, and then designers Photoshop this look to your photos for £3 or £5, it depends. It was fun from the first perspective, so you can be in new pants like this, or you can wear the trench like this. It was quite viral and popular, maybe somebody remember it. It was quite fun for the first perspective, but then industry realized that customers, users haven't came back. Maybe it's not enough fun for them. Thanks for NFT boom, remember when everybody decided to buy JPEGs. Digital fashion has another part of growing. So digital designers started to sell their looks as NFT, and it's super cool, right? You buy not only just the picture, you buy a 3D model with art itself, and it's not possible even to make it in real world, so it's real piece of art. In those years, maybe you remember Adidas made their own NFT collection, like virtual clothes. There was some collection of sneakers or shoes, right? You can see on this picture that there's a shoes in AR and also just a 3D model of shoes. It was just piece of art and it's super cool. Also, it could be utility in Metaverse. Maybe you remember Decentraland, Sandbox, Roblox or Sims that we played when we were children. You can put this clothes that you bought on your digital avatar. As you can see here, it was a collaboration between Vogue and Spatial, where everybody can put super nice dress on their avatar. Those time we got a leader of digital fashion is DressX. So DressX is marketplace for virtual fashion, virtual clothes. I'm so proud of DressX also because this year they raised their next round. Consider the marketing condition and everything, it was super cool. So thank you for them for their support this industry and how it's growing. We can see that now their audience slightly growing and they became popular in India. I visited them yesterday and I was surprised that they come back to our original idea. So now for $50 you can upload your photo and they can Photoshop to this photo digital look. Also thanks AI, and that's a great move, DressX announced beta feature of AR fitting. It should look like that. I tested it and it looked like that on me. When we talk about digital designers who build these clothes, I have to mention that it's super hard process. On this slide, I show you all programs that fashion designer has to know just to build one look. So they have to prepare avatar, then make clothes, then prepare our surface and environment, then animate it all together, and then render it. Each fashion designer, same as machine learning engineer, need to have GPU or game super powerful computer. Each program has really complicated interface similar to Photoshop with different other buttons and everything like that. All the time when I use it, I want to write some, piece of code to do everything automatically, but honestly, I haven't started it. But now we come to my favorite part. I'll tell you the best designers that I really like in digital fashion. This rating I started from Tatiana or Kai in Instagram. I very like the way how she built digital fashion because she combines real world, it could be photos, right, a really great render of avatars, and unreal clothes. And if you look at these pictures, it's super hard to build it in real life because on the one side it's probably glass texture and it's probably like impossible to make it in glass in real world. On the other side, it's kind of metal texture and still it's super hard. So I really like this symbiosis of reality and imagination and digital that Tatiana made. Also, let's watch this super short animation she made with a dress, and we can see how this texture work and how possible it make in real life. Second is the Asian designer Stefan. She was in Digital Fashion Week this year. I very like how she shows a process of building clothes, and also I'm super excited that she really built her virtual design in real life. So in this video we can see how this process works. The third designer is Alona Song. Once for, I think, Valentine's Day, she built a dress and in form of heart, and she just made a digital look. Then she made a VR filter with this dress and add some, you see, bright texture, and it was quite viral in networks. And after that, she made this dress in real world. And on one side, it looks simple, right, like simple form, but on the other side I really like how the form keeps, and I really like the constructor. So that's great story of full integration fantasy to the real world. And the last designer for today is Aura Boros, and also I really like the complexity of the form. I really like how they combine real world and virtual worlds all together. This is my favorite list. Please tell me what you think about these fashion designers. And now I want to tell you about current trends in digital fashion. So the first trend is Phydigital. It's when we create something in Cloud 3D in virtual world and then we make it real. The first great company here is Phydigital Twin. I met him on Digital Fashion Week this year and I very love how they made it. They did a whole collection of digital-real looks and to show their process, how they do. And also I really like the idea to print on fabric. In real world, one manufacturer create fabric, color it, and then sell. Phydigital Twin bought just white plain fabric and have a kind of printer that print patterns and colors on the top of the white fabric. First, it's super sustainable. You don't need to make all colors of one fabric. You just say printer what you want to print and it print it. And the second designer here, and also my favorite one, is Oscar Green. She upcycled jeans and made first virtual design and then make it real. And again, let's see on the video how she did it. And I really like the concept. Of course, now sustainability is super popular. It's super cool that she made it from old jeans. Also, I really like the complexity of this design, as I never seen something like this before, and I'm really inspired by the way she made it. On the one side, we can notice that now digital fashion is more like an art, right? We don't see real world application. We don't see digital fashion every day in our Instagram, TikTok, or real world. But on the other side, there is already some business cases that use now, and they are quite successful. First is virtual advertising. I'm sure you remember Jacquemus campaign, the big bag that pretended they're buses. Of course, it's 3D, and it was super viral in social networks. Another case from Slavic brand, they put their logo on big building and add some cars, and it looks super real, but it's not. And when you see it on TikTok or Instagram, right, you don't know, is it right, is it real or not? So you're like super excited, you get this emotion. So combining real digital world together now get, I think, super cool effect. The second is virtual fitting. I tested a lot of virtual fitting apps. I'm not sure that I'm excited of the result, but there is a professional who make it real. She makes now proper virtual fitting. She's professional pattern maker for 10 or 20 years. She designed patterns in Claude 3D, simulates it as much as she can, and then make it real. And you can see how similar virtual and real designs. I'm super cool. And that's another example here as well. And the last one, I cannot mention AI fashion. So now designers from a sketch super easily can make 3D render with different colors and different fabrics. And if before we need to really construct it in 3D and combine a lot of software all together, then now a couple of clicks give us a lot of ideas. There's another example when designer first made a dress for a dancer, right? Just made a sketch. Then designer used AI to generate render, and then she made it real. You see how smoothly this process and how similar result in each stage we have. And the great idea to make sneakers from sketch. There are a lot of designers who work for maybe big companies, right, to develop sneakers, new trend or everything like that. And now AI help them to show what's inside their brain, right? They can easily create a lot of different ideas of sneakers, set just, the form and fabric and everything, and it just make the communication between designers and business super easy. And also we can use AI to generate designs. Maybe you saw it already on Instagram or somewhere. It's really new level of imagination because it's combined different styles together. It adds some pattern that we can never seen before. It adds some level of abstractions. And if before we need to use 3D to just understand what's inside our brain, now we can do it in one click. Not in one click, but still easily without a 3D modeling. That's all what I want to tell you today. So we discuss how it started, the DressX, the Photoshop photos. We discuss the best designers. We decide Phydigital trend. I'll show you how AI helps now digital fashion growing. If you enjoyed, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. Bye!